Hi, I'm Dr. Noël Lucas from Blue Oasis Pet Hospital. I'm here to talk to you about cat microchipping and questions that you might have related to cat microchips.
Dr. Lucas, what's it really mean to microchip your cat?
So microchips are small little implants that we insert into the back of the neck, kind of shoulder area on a cat, and it's to help identify them to you and get them back to you, especially if they have no collar or identification on them.
Why do veterinarians recommend cat microchipping?
For exactly that reason. If your cat ever escapes or there is an emergency that happens in your house and your cat unfortunately gets out or is injured or found and needs care, it's a way for veterinarians or animal control or shelter employees to be able to identify your cat. What's its name? Where does it live? Who does it belong to? What phone number do we need to call? That's why we want you to get your cat back.
Is microchipping dangerous or painful to cats?
Not dangerous. It's just a little needle that's inserted into the back of the neck area. So a little bit uncomfortable, right? Because it's actually a medical procedure. The vast majority of cats are microchipped. They can be microchipped awake. We tend to microchip our patients when they're getting spayed or neutered when they're young. And so they're under anesthesia and they don't feel it.
Why does my cat need a microchip if they already have a collar with a tag?
So if your cat gets out or you let them out and they have a collar with a little identification tag, that's great. Unfortunately, those sometimes will be removed by your cat, going through its normal daily activities, gets in a cat fight, cat rips a collar off, or it gets going through a little fencing or underneath shrubbery and that collar gets caught on something. Cat's natural inclination is going to be to pull, and that collar may slip off, especially with these these quick release little latches, which is what it's supposed to do, fall off so it doesn't strangulate your cat. So now your cat's outside with no identification at all, and how does it get back to you if it gets lost? The microchip is the way to get your cat back to you.
Will my cat's microchip be able to tell my cat's location?
So microchips do not GPS track them around the neighborhood. You can put things on their collars that will do that, but microchips are just identification chips.
Who can scan my cat's microchip information?
So anyone that has a microchip scanner, in fact, we actually have a microchip scanner here. This is what they look like. And I actually have a little microchip here that's just already sterile and ready to be implanted. This is the little device we use to implant it. The little microchip is in this little needle. It's within the bore of the needle, and the microchip itself is about the size of a grain of rice. So whoever has a reader can then actually read the chip. So it's whoever has a reader.
And when will a cat microchip be scanned?
So a cat's microchip will be scanned if you ask us to insert a microchip. We oftentimes, unless it's a baby that we've been seeing since we're their veterinarian when they first were brought in at 8 weeks of age, and we know that we have never inserted a microchip. But sometimes cats will come from shelters or other rescues, and you don't know that they have a microchip, so we're going to scan them when they come in, maybe for their first visit. Maybe we forget to scan them, but then you ask when we go to do a medical procedure, hey, I want to go ahead and have you insert a microchip. We're going to scan that cat to make sure it doesn't have a microchip already. Or simply somebody brings a cat in off the street and says, hey, I've got this cat, it's a stray, it was around, I've had it at my house for 6 months and I just want it to be checked over. That is a reason that we're going to say, maybe this cat actually belongs to somebody else, and we're going to scan it. Maybe a cat actually is not been hanging around someone's house, but it just comes in injured. A Good Samaritan brings it in injured, and we have no identification on that cat. We're going to scan it to see if it has a family member that we can call.
What if I forget or lose my cat's microchip information?
Simply bring your cat in to see your veterinarian and ask them to scan your microchip. We can get the microchip number off the chip and then we can direct you or even help you update your database. So it's all internet-based. It's pretty simple and easy to do.
What's the difference between a GPS microchip and an RFID device?
A GPS microchip is going to track where they are in location, like through GPS location drivers. An RFID tag is simply going to just be an identification tag, a number. Yeah, so if you have any questions about your cat and microchipping, we're happy to answer those questions for you. We're Blue Oasis Pet Hospital.
Ta-da.